Hello everyone and welcome back to the Ironside cast. Me Matt. We have a 2v2 for you all here on Rails and Metal, made for Spearhead and Vikinger. It's on the Western Front. Let's go for the players. Start with the Axis. We send the Waffen-SS. It's going to be double Waffen-SS by the looks of it. We have BH-18 without a commander choice. Oh wait, they just picked something. They went for Panzerjäger. And we have Panther! As Panzer Tactics, I suppose the name kind of gives that away. Hitler, you've quickly been called to the field there. Representing the United States today, we have Annuncio Gaming, without a command choice. And Alexi No, also without a command choice. Americans are quickly spreading out to grab ground. Looks like the one rifleman squad here has not been given orders, that could be a problem. But the Americans need to act quickly and get troops out there. The Waffen-SS is getting a lot of Hitler Youth on the fields. A cheap alternative unit you can get if you're playing as Panzer. It looks like we have some normal Sturm Grenadiers here for the other Waffen-SS player, but they are against SS Grenadiers, which is another cheap alternative unit they can get if they're playing as Panzerjäger. Oops, are quickly moving out to secure ground. Americans have been a little bit slower on that. Certainly bite them in the ass later. After SS is pushed up pretty far and already set up sandbags. The Sturm Pioneers are very potent to do that early. Sturm Grenadiers taking some hits there. Echelon got some good shots. There's not a lot of cover here, only this fallen tree and shrubs. Now they are starting to kill the re-echelon. Smoke grenade pop there. Sturm Pioneers are securing the southern flank. Hitler Youth approaching the center with some SS Grenadier support. More re-echelon encountered. Using all their Kar-98s and other weapons here. Another grenade being thrown. Just enough for the re-echelon's men to get away. M1 Grant's heading out to summon the re-echelon up here. I think cannot really push up easily here with all the rifles pointed at them.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Americans suspect the commander. This is... No, this is tank armor company. My bad. And airborne company. Okay, armor and airborne. Riflemen should be careful here. Sturm Pioneers are pretty good at their job, as you can see. They get thrown. How to dodge the effect of the pineapple, as you can see. But I do manage to get behind cover there. The Americans are building up to try and fight down here. They are getting BARs handed out to the riflemen. And the BAR really improves the firepower of an American rifle squad. As you can see, also suppressing the Sturm Pioneers out in the open there. Try to crawl away. Sturm Grenadiers sitting up behind the tree here, trying to lay down suppressive fire. Or covering fire, rather. SS Grenadiers moving up behind the broken down stubs as well. The Americans are out in the open, so they are an easy target for all the Kar-98s. Been a while since I've done a cast, so it's okay to be back to doing it for a bit. Hopefully. I haven't been getting that many replays recently. I also just haven't had as much time. So that's that too. Hopefully the new microphone settings are sounding pretty good, because in my testing it sounded a lot better when I did it earlier. Of course, that could have changed, you never know. Because apparently my Audacity program has affected the mic quality somewhat, which is awkward, even though I don't even have Audacity activated. I use Audacity to record my voice separately when I'm recording something with someone else to send the sound files. It's weird. I'm not sure why it affects my microphone itself. I'm not an expert in how these systems work. ND34 has been suppressed by the 30 caliber, but it is still able to pin down the re-echelon out in the open. 30 caliber's not shooting anymore. I guess it's out of range. Oh, Hitler Youth for trying to flank. Might be an incendiary grenade. Oh, it's just a normal hand granate. Almost kills them still. Sturm Pioneers trying to rush up, but Hitler Youth does go down. Machine gun drop there. The MG-34 still around. I don't think I can hit the squad, no. Machine gun should be safe, but the MG is moving up. American infantry are not as good unless you get their upgrades for weapons and more firepower. Grease guns also being handed out to some of the American riflemen. Laying down a lot of fire now. It's a caliber machine gun sitting up as well. But now the American riflemen do have a BAR. It's already getting some firepower in. You can see, pretty potent. We also have some Pathfinders on the field. They're trying to get behind. Good spotted though. Need to be very careful with such elite infantry behind an enemy line, but they are providing some distractions. That's a good outboost. Raids being thrown here at the American position. The Americans are securing ground slowly. Panzer Grenadiers are being called onto the field soon. 48 HQ being set up pretty close to the front line by the Waffen-SS, which is a risky maneuver, I will say. Especially straight on the front line. But if you get pushed back, that is a lost headquarters. We have a beacon set up here by the Pathfinders. D34 down here. Panzer Grenadiers down the fields, the 17th. Goetz von Berlinigen. With the iron hands as of Goetz as their symbol. I believe it's put down Goetz. I'm not sure. Not German after all. MD34 sitting up here. Ooh, that Realism is getting mowed to pieces. Ooh. Reading them with the machine guns. See, the Germans are using machine guns, so machine guns are very important to the German playstyle. Well, the Waffen-SS is a lot more offensively oriented than the Wehrmacht is sometimes. That's your commander, really. We do have a crowd mower coming up. And beak grinder. So certainly be a problem. Suppressing the MG team in short order. The Pathfinders that way. You do a Panzerbüchse though. Yeah, it's getting too close with the meat grinder. You want to actually stay at range. Ooh, mobility damaged. Didn't destroy it though. There it goes. Oh wait, it's still able to drive. It's only 2 out of 3. There it goes. I can only turn, it cannot get away. But the meat grinder is still getting to work. Oh, there it goes. American Rifleman is holding on pretty well here, but until that grenade hit from the Granatbüchse. This is the kind of situation where the Granatbüchse is really good. Mortars are in trouble. Third American infantry on the field. Mortar being hit by the Granatbüchse head on. So you need to get behind cover quick. Out in the open like that, they're just gonna get shot to pieces. Especially as the Germans get closer, they might actually use the cover against them. Great kills one squad though. Americans are flanking now in here. Pathfinders are around again. There's scoped sniper rifle. Hack 40 calling on an alpha flank here as the Waffen are sticking further.
Steady up, fellas. I got orders coming. Okay, go ahead.
Pretty caliber here from the Americans sitting up down here to support. Outplow almost getting killed here. He manages to get away, I think. Fighters are out in the open though, but the sniper is doing his best. Ooh, mortar shell hit right near him. I guess the Waffen says do have a mortar back here. One Stuart tank coming out for the airborne. 17 is on the field. Pretty cool Panzer Grenadiers. As I've said before, we rarely see people use them. Although, that's actually a lie. I've actually seen people use them pretty frequently now whenever I've seen Panzerjäger. I guess they're a little bit more popular now. Americans do manage to clear out the northern point, but they don't capture it. Lots of shots being fired here. Ooh, beacon has been spotted. It was hit by one of the grenades. That cannon picks the fires really freaking fast. Oh, because you cannot shoot for these. That's why the cannon picks is pretty useful here. That's a grenade being thrown. Actually, a great assault on the Pathfinders and the beacon. Destroying the beacon in short order. And the Pathfinders lie too. Stuart tank reveals itself. Where's the pack? It's down there. Panzerjägers rushing forwards. Destroying it with a Panzerfaust. Panzerfaust are pretty dangerous. So we have Tommy guns sent out to the 3rd Infantry.
Rifle squad ready for action.
Some shots in there. You also have Panzer II Lukes on the field. We rarely see this one too. Good to see the Lukes actually get some action. Lots of small mortar rounds here from the small mortar available to Americans. Should not be underestimated. But it's not good for barraging it like this. It's good for being like in close support. When other Hitler could push up. That's why you always need more units covering the retreat. Now it's too late. Now the Germans are going to keep advancing. It's suppressing them as they try to fall back. Oh no. And they get cleared out. Americans have secured the munitions down here, and they do have the fuel as well. All 3rd Infantry being called onto the field here. But there's still a machine gun. And on an MG-34. Double flak half-track arriving. Good thing they're not facing any armored vehicles like the Stuart here at the center, right? And now these American riflemen are going to be in trouble. Once the flak zero in. But the Lukes is pushing up. There's not a lot of hits to counter the Lukes. Is it going for a base? For a base attack? Oh my god, it is! The Americans have nothing to fight it. Yes, just gonna start murdering them. Oh wait, the 50 caliber can pierce it! I forgot the 50 caliber machine gun can pierce the Lukes. So that is not a good idea. Ooh, the Germans are overrunning part of the front line though. Those flak half-tracks can cover a lot of ground if they work together. Oh, and now my phone is... this my bad. I had to record this quite early because I'm off for a few days. But I have enough to do at my work, so I actually have time this morning to record stuff. Rather than go to work. That was my final alarm in the case I had to go to work. To tell me that you have to get your ass moving. Well, I think the Americans are gonna last long. This is a death zone they're walking into. A killing zone. Now with the flak half-tracks just covering this area too. Yeah, I'm missing a lot though. Are they attack grounding? And it is being inaccurate. And the tank rifle grenade hit one of them. They are scary though still. They are flag half-tracks. Of course, they cannot find a move though, which is the kind of the big issue with them. The Germans just advancing along the northern flank. I don't think the Americans can last much longer. Ooh, bazooka, but it missed. One taken out by an anti-tank rifle grenade. MG-34s are covering the ground up here. The German machine guns have a very wide arc you can turn them, so they can cover a lot of ground, as you can see. Very well designed, as is kind of the point of the German machine guns. They are pretty well designed ahead of their time. Like, very advanced. Why we still use the German-derived machine guns in much of Europe, I believe. The MG-03 is basically just the MG-42, as far as I understand, with a few changes. Mostly material, I believe, and sights. But it's basically almost identical to the MG-42 design. It's not really identical to the MG-34, I suppose. The MG-34 is the predecessor to the MG-42, but you can see a lot of the same things and ideas behind it. Riding down a bit. Americans are getting another Stuart, but the Germans have a lot of AT units down here. This is a Panzerjäger play after all, so they have Panzerfaust galore. I think almost every unit has a Panzerfaust. How in Europe, these American riflemen are being cut to pieces by the Panzer Grenadiers. You can see. It'll use for flanking the AT gun. Throwing incendiary grenades. The Americans are suffering heavy losses. We do have a Stuart tank now, but will it be enough? Americans are getting another Stuart and also airdropping in something for the base. Probably another airborne unit. Was it going behind enemy lines? Are they airdropping behind enemy lines? They are, but they are right in range of the flag headquarters. So that didn't really work out.
Just got a report of an infantry unit being wiped out.
There's something a lot of places they can airdrop that's not covered by the Germans at this point. It's a risky part of trying to airdrop, at least in enemy territory. Stuart's getting a good job here, suppressing and pinning down the Grenadiers. We're not sure what to do. They're out in an open field. But the tank needs to avoid getting too close. Now it's opened up its flank to the Grenadiers, who could rush up, try to Panzerfaust it. And indeed, I think they're gonna go for it. Yeah, Panzerfausting. Not looking good for the United States here. They need to stay further at range.
Battalion just released a major for action.
All the officers being called in now, but I don't think that's gonna help.
Stand to. Orders. Don't rush them. Pay attention this way.
This is how they get their abilities though, and the airborne captain is calling in an airstrike, or an artillery strike. He's calling in the coordinates and everything. And now the flare should drop. And one of them dropped. That was the American armored player, I believe. I think this fight is basically over. This is with the Stuks and Panzers arriving. And this airborne player is just holding on. Attack does penetrate, but doesn't actually destroy the Stuart. But the Americans just don't have anything. Like, the AI will cheat and call in all the units, as you can see. Now the AI might actually try and somewhat overrun down here.
Battalion just released a major for action.
Oh, that's not good. But at least he calls the GG now. Well, it was a decent match. I hope you all enjoyed it. It's been a while since I've had one. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.